there. Nobody knows it, AP. Nobody.
Why does this sounds familiar?
It may be familiar to you.
Well, because you two guys are roughly the same age.
Soft Stars Hall. We are live here tonight, February 1st, 2026. Your Geaux Team, the moderator, Daniel, moderator extraordinaire, starting us off this evening. I got on the other side of the transatlantic cable, Zombie Bob. How are you doing this evening?
Excellent, folks. Thank you.
And special guest tonight. Thank you for joining the program. Our friend AP from Timeouts and Tangents joining us tonight, who is super Twitter famous at the moment.
just a little viral. That's all. I don't know.
Man of modesty.
I don't know what I did to deserve it. I just put up some content, and the head coach of your Fighting Tigers of LSU decided to repost a couple of posts your boy has and follow me. So why don't y'all do like the $91 million man in Baton Rouge? Go over to my Twitter at AJP413, follow me, and then go over to the YouTube since you're already here and hit the subscribe button for Timeouts and Tangents. Guys, thank y'all for having me on here tonight. I really do appreciate it. Thank y'all so much.
Absolutely. Well, AP, we appreciate you coming on, and then B, that you stayed with us. I mean, because when you popped into the studio, like guys, like, oh my God. And we had both seen Daniel and I, Lane comment earlier on your stuff, but then when he reposted it and just as you were coming on, as we were getting ready to start, that's why we're a couple of minutes late, but that he retweeted it, and it's a video of you talking about exactly what we're going to talk about tonight, but and that you didn't bail on us. That I know your agent, I know that your agent's blowing up your phone, and
you got a lot going on right now.
So I appreciate you, slumming with us tonight. Anyway, but no,
guys. Look, I'm a man of my word. My grandfather was a military man, and his message to me all throughout life is only thing you got in this life, son, is your balls and your word. That's it. All right. And there's only two things that you have to do. Stay black and die. So when you give somebody your word, make sure that you add that to the list. Live up to your word. So you guys invited me on. I want to be on, and I want to make sure, regardless of, like Lane following me and all this other stuff right now that's going on Twitter, that this is a moment. Like that's a moment. Like it happened. It's great. It's huge for the account, but I want to make sure that we thrive on this moment too. Like I want to keep being able to do these things. My podcast is just starting. So every opportunity I can have to, push it out to the world, I want to make sure we do that.
So the first question I have for you, okay. Did you ever watch any Pistol Pete movies growing up?
No.
Okay. Because that would have been the song. If you said the song, the intro song sounded familiar. It was from a random Pistol Pete movie. What was the name of it? The Birth of a Legend. That was
I do remember this movie. I just never watched it.
Okay, so that was our intro song is from that movie, The Birth of a Legend, which was it was filmed in Baton Rouge. It was a straight to ABC Family or the Family Channel, whatever it was back in the day. And it was like my favorite movie when I was 6-7 years old or however old. And Zombie, the old man, he didn't buy a copy of it. He just recorded it live on VHS. And so I still remember the Ryder commercials that were in and out of that. Because I watched that movie 6,000 times as a kid. So that's where the intro song is from. So it's a loose LSU connection. And it doesn't get copyright issues.
I mean, even still, that's not loose. I mean, anytime you got the intro song to the Pistols movie, like that's as deep cut as you can get. That's as connected to LSU as you can.
But that's so obscure that nobody knows that we're playing it. Yep. And nobody cares that we're playing.
Right. If anything, people think that it might be like one of those songs that got cut from off the original Top Gun soundtrack.
Yeah. Too funny.
Yeah.
Lon Phillips Sullivan from LSU Odyssey.
LSU Odyssey.
Yeah. So we've had him a few times on the podcast, and believe it or not, he recognized the song. And then he had a random memory of running into it in Utah and like not a pawn shop, but like maybe a thrift shop or something like that. He's like, I know this music, I know this song. And then he and Daniel talked it out, and he's like, I know this because we picked it up in like a thrift store all the way back, when I was a kid or a teenager, or whatever it was. So then he had that same connection. Watched times back in the day. So.
But it was a week after he was on the show, because he was on the show and then he texted like a week later. It was like, I remember it now. And that's when he recalled that memory.
Yeah. So it wasn't like live in the moment.
I thought it was, but anyway, what do I
Yeah, it was a week later.
Okay. Daniel knows. So
Zombie, you know as well.
I thought he was live with us when he made the connection, but anyway.
Yeah, it was still well close enough.
So I mean, AP, let's talk. I mean, what was it exactly that you put out on yours that, like you said, the $91 million man liked, commented, and reposted, and then started following you?
Well, there were two things. Well, the first one was Lane and Kevin Smith Jr. and Knox were in Houston last night to talk to some of the alumni and some of the boosters over there. But they posted a picture from Post Oak Uptown in Houston from a rooftop club, lounge, however you want to call it, restaurant.
Sure.
And in the picture, Kevin Smith was just like cracking up laughing. And I captioned the post that Lane shared by saying, every time we see Kevin Smith, and I added him, he has a huge smile on his face. I'm glad that he's truly enjoying and adjusting to Louisiana. Great job, coach. Thank you. And Lane saw that, and he not only did he just repost it, but he quoted it and said, well, why wouldn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Louisiana's he's at LSU football 1 of 1. It's a true 1 of 1. And he reposted that, and that just blew up.
Mm-hmm.
But even after that, I did a stream last night, because after our hangout session that we did a couple nights back, it started like sitting on me even more so that there's like this unity that's bubbling up right now around Louisiana. And a lot of the catalyst from that is centered around Lane Kiffin coming to Baton Rouge.
Right.
And you see how he's immersing himself into the culture. He's going to these deep cut restaurants around smaller communities. He's shining a light on the recruiting trail for high school players, all the same while making sure he's fulfilling out his obligations to make LSU competitive. Like, he didn't just come in here just to win games. You can see he's coming here to be a part of something special. And it seems like, whether you realize it or not, the culture is starting to do the same thing. Like, people aren't necessarily talking too much about politics in Louisiana right now. Like, the economy, while it's the economy, it's second nature to what's going on in Baton Rouge. Everybody's just a little bit nicer. They're more talkative. They're more intrigued as to around what's going on, not just in LSU, but like personally. Like, people are legitimately asking, like, how are you feeling? And wanting to know, how are you feeling? And it may taper off into, did you hear about what's going on at LSU? And then that conversation spirals out into the gymnastics team, the women's baseball, the women's basketball team, the baseball team that's getting ready to take the field and defend their 8th title. So it seems like there's just this foundation of unity for the state that I've never sensed before. And look, granted, I know I'm 40. I'm old, as my son likes to remind me. But let the record show, I'm still not the oldest person in my house.
I thought you were my wife. This podcast.
I'm glad my wife is not listening right now. She's on the phone with our oldest daughter, so I know she can't hear me make these comments. So I know I'm older, but when I sit back and I look at, the Saban era, I graduated high school in 03. I know what it was like when Saban first came in here. I remember what LSU was looking like. It wasn't this because LSU is just coming off of a terrible run. Like the 80s and 90s were not fortunate to LSU at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you saw what happened when Saban left and we had Miles. Like, we wanted to keep winning. We didn't know if we could or not. And then we did. And then you saw what happened after Les Miles left and we hired Ed Ogeron. For the most part, the culture surrounded and embraced Edo because he was a native son of Louisiana. But even with him being from here, the expectation was for him to immerse himself in the culture the way he did because you're from here.
From here, right?
Right? Know. So the fact that Lane is a California kid and is going to Billy's and getting boudin on a random Tuesday.
Yes.
Like, it means something.
Mm-hmm.
It means something. And you can feel the ripple effects throughout the state. Like, I own and operate restaurant franchises, and my stores are in Houma and in Thibodaux and in Metairie. So I'm all over the bayou. Like, Highway 90 is my best friend. I'm stopping in these, smaller gas stations, and I'm talking to people, and I'm seeing like this more warmth. And look, I get it. We have Southern hospitality, but I don't know if you guys have noticed, I am a black man.
Get out.
Breaking news, right? Earth-shattering news.
All right.
But even in South Louisiana, like it's feeling different. And every time I call back to like, this isn't the same. This isn't what it was. It is literally just different right now. And I want to know, like, have you guys ever seen or experienced something like this?
No, I'll go first. I keep trying to go back to, because I've been sensing the same thing, and I keep going back to, you go back to even 2001. Before Saban won the SEC championship year one, halfway through that season, the fan base wanted to fire him. The comments were, when we lost to Ole Miss in 2001, half the fan base wanted to fire him because he was the $1 million man, and we lost 3 games halfway through the season, and then he turned it around. We won an SEC championship. The next year, Matt Malk got hurt. We were doing well. Matt Malk got hurt, and then the season got derailed. Then 2003, obviously, we win the national championship, but it was so new, and he was only there one more year after that. And like you said, it was the beginning of the golden era of LSU football.
Right.
So it was like the first time we reached the mountaintop. So it didn't feel the same as it does now in 2004. It was still like we were new to the party. It felt like, but since then, we've established ourselves as truly one of the blue bloods in college football. So right now, it's completely different because the entire fan base, the entire state of Louisiana, my friends in Houston, all they talk about is how excited they are and how much of a fit Lane Kiffin is. And I don't know how much of that is an overreaction to the fact that Brian Kelly was such a horrible fit and that you never saw him, you never heard from him. And so now all of a sudden you have Lane Kiffin, who has come in and is like the perfect coach for LSU football, for the state of Louisiana. And I see Oops just joined the chat. Our favorite
I'm gonna get to him in a second. I'm gonna get to him in a second.
What Oops doesn't understand is like Louisiana's just different.
And that's why I wanted to get to him in a second, because we talk about Brian Kelly being a fit. I don't think that Brian Kelly wasn't a fit because he, wasn't from here. Like I said, Lane is a California guy. He has no association with the South at all, but he has understanding based off of proximity.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where Brian Kelly, what he never could piece together. And when you look at What's up, Paul? I see you, man. When you look at what's going on right now in LSU, in Louisiana, you can see that Lane's previous mentors and the people he were associated with were able to not just convince him about how special LSU was. He coached against LSU at Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
He understood what he was recruiting up against as an opponent. And he spoke about that in his press conference. I know what it feels like to come into this stadium and having that pressure on top of us on the other sideline. I want to know what it feels like to be with that pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And that feels different. He knows it can lift him up. So if you have the people, if you won as an opponent, have been up against it, you know what it feels like, right? Mm-hmm. You can have that. Damn, I know he just beat him before, but shit, man, what would it be like if I had all of that as my place, right? 2, when you look at Brian Kelly, most of his coaching career was in the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
There was no proximity, no relation to the South at all. The only time he ever crossed paths was in bowl games, right? Yes, did he have to recruit on a national level because he was at Notre Dame? Of course. But how often was he bumping heads up against LSU and Alabama, Auburn and Ole Miss and Mississippi State and Texas A&M? He never had to go up against that. Lane, even as a head coach at FAU, was still running up against the Alabamas, the Floridas, the Florida States, the Texas A&Ms, the Texas, the LSUs. Like, he was still bumping up against that because of proximity. Like, he, as much as LSU was not around Lane was still around LSU. So the fit thing is not where we went wrong. Brian Kelly, had he won, would have been a fit.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that had Garrett Nussmeier been healthy this season, we probably still would have Brian Kelly as our coach.
Isn't that crazy?
We're probably talking about a 9-3 team that missed the playoffs, probably could have pulled off that Ole Miss win again.
Healthy
because there were some throws. There were some throws that Garrett just could not put the ball up for.
Right.
And if you pull that win off, you beat Oklahoma with Garrett Nussmeier. Clearly, we can say that now, having played that game. That's 2 wins right there. You flip from 7-5 to 9-3. You still keep Brian Kelly as your coach. So we're not sitting up here having the same conversations. But here we are with a guy like Oops saying that Lane Kiffin doesn't love LSU. He loves the attention. Well, let me tell you what the byproduct of loving LSU gets you. Attention.
Well, you know why? Nick Saban's never Nick Saban without LSU.
That part right there. He was the $1 million man where? At LSU.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, there was a reason why Nick Saban wanted to come to LSU.
Right.
He knew because of Bill Belichick and how they scouted players, where players were coming from. And if you have a Power 5 program in a state that's producing Power 5 talent, NFL elite talent at a rate of Florida, Georgia, and California, but they only have one school to go up against, why would you not want to go and farm that school?
Right. He was at Michigan State going up against Michigan, right?
Right. So I don't have to go up against Michigan, Michigan. I don't have to go up against Michigan, Ohio State, or Cincinnati, or Notre Dame in my backyard. I can just put a fence around Louisiana and dominate. And that's what he did. So for all those who are saying Lane Kiffin loves attention, great. I'm glad he does, because guess what we love at LSU?
That's
attention.
100%. I mean, right after Indiana made that run and won the national championship, what was the talk? It was the portal class. LSU. So, even though they just did what they did.
I tweeted that out before the national championship game. I said, tonight a national champion will be crowned, but LSU will win the month of January.
Right. And what happened?
And here we are on February 1st, and we have forgotten that Indiana went 16-0, has been the only team in this 12-team playoff format to run the table, go to win their bye week, have the Heisman Trophy winner have a perfect season. And we are talking about Lane Kiffin
in his portal class. We were on when did we sign Seton? 2 weeks ago on that Friday night?
It's only been a week.
It's only been a week? Holy cow.
Yeah, like 10 days, basically.
Yeah, it was last Thursday.
AP.
Yeah, 9 days, yeah.
I have my Portal King crown that I wear sometimes. And this particular night, I was in black t-shirt and a black hoodie, and I had the hoodie up and all. And Daniel and Chippa teased me like, what's the problem? Like, why are you in mourning, essentially? I'm like, what the fuck? Why hasn't Lane Kiffin landed this guy? Like, it's been 24 hours since we had a major 5-star guy, the number one guy in his position in the portal class. Like, can we return him? Yeah, is it too late? Like, I want my money back. Like, why hasn't he signed anybody? And of course, it's all tongue in cheek. And then the next Friday, the 24 hours later, we get Seton. And it was like, yeah, but that's in like that short of period of time. That's how crazy we were, because it was such a historic run since he's been here. And then, like you said, not only the high school class that he kept, and then he flipped the kid that became the 5-star. So now he has 3. And then he went on that run with the portal class, and just the energy. And like you and I found out Friday night that we both went to Brother Martin High School in New Orleans. When was the last time the head coach of LSU was at Brother Martin High School? But then he hit them all. I mean, Rummel, of course, being Rummel, but he just kept going place after place after place. And you talk about that energy. It's like Lane Kiffin was at my alma mater, my high school alma mater. And then this one's like, oh, he was at mine as well. And it's just that groundswell that you talk about, and that unifies, even though, we don't like Jesuit doesn't like Brother Martin, yada, 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 and all that. But like everybody, regardless of your allegiance on the gridiron field and prep football, like, holy cow, man, like he's making the rounds. He's doing what, I mean, did we ever see a photo? I mean, all we saw, I asked Daniel before you came on AP, usually we do this little Brian Kelly dance when we start the podcast, like he would do the twirling, spinning thing and all. And then, right.
Yeah, exactly.
The kid that he never got, whatever.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, did we ever see him, a photo of him at Rummel, at Carr?
So I can tell you right now what his recruiting approach was, and it's because my son played at Carr. So there were a lot of these guys that I got very close with. I have Richard's phone number. I can text Rich whenever I want. I talk to Manchild on Instagram a lot. Like I can call Hayward Howard. Like that's like my nephew. I love Hayward Howard. That's my nephew. And when it came to him specifically, I knew how his recruiting process went because he and his dad and I are very close. It's like my brother. And every recruiting trip he went on, they would send me pictures. They would FaceTime me so I could see the facilities. Like I'll never forget. They sent me a picture of them sitting in Florida's football facility, and I was like, oh, like I literally sent back the vomit emoji, like anywhere but Florida. Like, oh, get out of there now, leave. And so we laughed about that. He FaceTimed me when he went to Texas, and they were on campus at Texas. But when it came down to LSU was playing with them. Like they were playing games with them, and it was Frank Wilson. Oops. It was Frank Wilson playing games with the number 1 cornerback in the state of Louisiana. So if you think y'all got insight with Frank Wilson being the lead recruiter for Louisiana, you're going to be up against it, my guy. And I want you, I'm looking you in your eye because all you are is just a name in a chat because you want to be fake and don't want to show your face. It's easy to hide behind a keyboard, bro. So it was Frank Wilson that was messing that up. And Brian Kelly's approach was, you guys get the players to campus and I will close them. That was the thing. When Hayward went into his recruiting meeting with him, they were recording it for me and sending me the video clips. And it was garbage.
Really?
Yeah.
It was terrible. So I can't sit up here and say that Brian Kelly was lazy. I don't know what he was doing in the building, right? I cannot speak to that. But what I can say is that from my time at Carr, from my time being at Kennedy, from my time operating and going to my alma mater to visit, our staff and those players, and seeing those players come into my establishments because I have discounts for those kids because they're my alumni.
Sure. Yeah.
And talking with them, he never walked those halls.
Mm-hmm.
He never drove down I-10.
No, he didn't feel it was his role.
I don't think he even went to U-High. Because how do you have a kid like Blaine Bradford? I don't feel like I don't understand how you have a kid like Blaine Bradford leave. But when you blow out Corey Raymond, it sets you back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you get rid of all the guys that you need to keep those pipelines open, it sets you back. And we were reeling from that. And do I think that it's all the way 100% back? No, I don't. But Lane is doing a damn good job of repairing those relationships out the gate. I mean, if we think about it, he's only been a coach for a month.
Right. Well, it was. I'm sorry, Daniel.
Well, you go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I think it was Matt Moscona that said last week, he didn't name the high school football coach, but he said that Lane Kiffin came and visited, and just the energy and the aura around Lane Kiffin was like a rock star. And he's like, he just energized everybody there. And he's like, the coach said, I'm ready to run through a brick wall, for Lane Kiffin to get my guys there, and such, and just that connection, just that energy, and he's everywhere. Like, it's not, like if you went to Carr and that was the only place that you stopped in New Orleans. Okay. Like, I mean, makes sense, but there are other schools certainly, but, it was Rufino. Thank you, Paul. But, it's just different, and I didn't even mean to throw that line in there.
No, there's no other way to describe it.
Right.
Like, he summed it up, and like that hashtag is so perfect because there's no other way to describe it. There isn't. And I know I see you. Oops, you said invite you on the show. What's the point? Because if we invite you on the show, the only thing that you're going to do is try to slander Kiffin's name because he left you. Had he still remained at Ole Miss, you would be praising him and trying to dog walk LSU in Florida for attempting to steal him away. Like, you're in a lose-lose situation either way it goes, my guy. And you better hope and pray that Pete Golding can at least win 9 games as a head coach, because the moment he loses more than 3 games, y'all are going to look stupid.
Right. AP, do you know Oops from your chat?
Nope, sure don't. Don't care.
Okay.
I just know he's gonna find every single LSU YouTuber that's gonna stream just so he can come in and just get it off his chest.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he does.
Blake blocked him last Monday night, I think it was. And I don't know which other ones, but when it all went down with Lane, Oops, and I think he's got a burner because there's a K push that jumps into our chat. And like, we're like, look, hey guys, like, welcome.
Thanks. Nobody wants to block it. Get it off your chest.
And whatnot. So he jumps in from time to time, and everybody else is like, oh, just block him and whatnot. I'm like, no, we're good. But right, like, you're just butthurt.
You're absolutely right. If you had $40 million to construct a roster, you'd be pretty good too. Yeah, that's the whole point. You don't.
That's the thing.
That's the whole point. You don't.
Yeah, that's the thing about college football. It's not an equal system. There's blue bloods, and Ole Miss is not a blue blood.
And the have-nots. And Ole Miss, y'all thought y'all had it. That Boudin money hit different.
Yes.
I don't know what to tell you. Why you think he went to Billy's?
Right.
Yeah. What other state, and regardless, and I say this every episode, regardless how you feel about his politics, it doesn't matter if it's this governor or the last governor. Every governor in the state of Louisiana is 100% behind LSU athletics and is involved, going all the way back to Huey Long. And that.
You know why? LSU profited almost $70 million. What kind of tax revenue does that generate for the state? It is your belle of the ball. That's your state program. And you had one athletic department profit, not make, not gross, profit after expenses. $70 million. There's not a lot of places that do that.
Right.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
For the governor knows where his bread is buttered.
Mm-hmm.
And the governor that we have right now is a ULL grad.
Mm-hmm.
And he's out there championing LSU athletics right now.
So the alignment that you have seems so easy and makes so much sense when it falls into place.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I said, like, this unity that's coming across the state just feels different. And it's something I've never seen before. And it cannot, if you think about this cannot happen anywhere else.
Mm-mm.
No.
It can't.
And that's what Oops will never understand is just as much. I mean, my mom's whole side of the family's from Mississippi, and most of her family hates Ole Miss because they either went to Mississippi State or they went to Southern Miss because they're from Jackson. And so in Louisiana, you do have those pockets of people from ULL. You have those pockets of people from New Orleans that are, they
diehard Tulane fans.
Yes. And I remember going to high school in Mandeville. I worked at my first job was at Winn-Dixie, and my manager at Winn-Dixie hated LSU. And I'm like, Miss Tina, why do you hate LSU? She's like, they just think they're too damn good. I don't like them. For whatever reason, she just didn't like them. But so you do have those few, but it's not like in other states where in Alabama, you got Auburn, you got Alabama, and it's divided. In Louisiana, 90% of people are all in. And that purple and gold represents the state. Yes. It doesn't just represent the university.
And even in that, right? Like even in that, when you look at what the program means, the recruiting aspect matches along with that. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to worry about going pull kids from Texas or Arkansas or Florida. Your recruiting base right here with that same 90% of the population that's rooting for LSU, these children are being indoctrinated, born and raised to root for LSU. Because I can tell you right now, my son out the womb was screaming, "Go Tigers!" Right? Like he was dead set on playing ball for LSU. That's what he knew. What he wanted.
Right.
Every kid, for the most part, grows up looking to Baton Rouge.
Absolutely.
And that you don't have, and it's not just kids. These are elite kids.
Right.
So, and then when you look at that, you look at a state like Nevada, for instance, right? Nevada has UNLV, but they can't recruit out of Nevada. Right. And then people in Nevada don't really care about college athletics or what the flagship university has going on. This in Louisiana is different. And the way that it's happening, the community that's being established right now around this school can change literal lives. Like this is, once again, this is different.
Right.
It is. It just feels like because for a while, the last few years, I've started to question, like, are we had the first golden age of LSU football. And so the last couple of years I started to wonder, like, are we at the tail end of this? Is the NIL era, are we going to be cast aside to different schools? And people like Oops, that's what they were hoping and dreaming, that Ole Miss could rise to the top. But now all of a sudden there's a resurgence. In just 1 month or 2 months, it's like it has completely changed everything. And it's like now we're spending $40 million. Remember when we were talking last year about an $18 million roster last year? But it comes with the celebrity that Lane Kiffin is,
right?
That he has raised that much money for $40 million and everybody's all in because of the alignment, and everybody's in from top down. You've raised all that money. It just feels like the first golden age of LSU football might pale in comparison.
I think this is like a renaissance.
Right. Right.
It's like a renaissance period for LSU football. Like I think that this is
athletics.
Yeah,
with Jay Johnson, with Kim Mulkey, with the gymnastics team, Will Wade when he comes back.
And right. They're definitely gonna make a run for Wade.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait for that one.
Oh my God. I tweeted that when so when we got Lane and the basketball season barely even started, like I knew the pre-conference they were gonna blow through everybody because it's what Matt McMahon does. And look, no slight against Matt McMahon, he's a good guy, but I mean there's just no pop behind this team. So I tweeted, I was like, please God, tell me that this is the timeline that I live in where we have Lane Kiffin, Jay Johnson, Kim Mulkey, and Will Wade on the same campus at LSU in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at the exact same time. Can that be a thing?
Can you imagine that?
Oh my, that would be it would crack. It would crack
there's not
reality.
enough room for those egos.
It would crack reality. It would crack reality. Like you want, and I know a lot of people are saying, well, the basketball, that there's not a lot of boosters who will be willing to support the basketball team along with everything else. Yes, Paul.
I've never heard that one before. That one's great.
No, he is definitely Ned Flanders. But
the wrong one.
But if you tell the boosters that you're bringing Will Wade back, you're going to get that same pop of enthusiasm. All the money that we thought we did not have access to. Right. You get the right guy to come in to any situation. The buy-in follows. And that's what Lane was able to do. Like you said, Daniel, talking about what you said, looking at where we at the golden age. I knew when we were recruiting Bryce Underwood that it was if it came down to dollars and cents, Michigan was going to flip him.
Yes.
And when the $10 million a year rumor started the $10 million contract started popping off, I'm like, well, LSU don't have the money to compete with that. So this is the NIL era. At least we have a strong base of kids who will want to come and play. Maybe we could be competitive. And I guess 9-3, 8-4 will be our peak. Who knows? Like we don't have money for this. And then when Bryce flipped and the boosters got pissed and they started doubling down on the investment, and I'm like, wait a minute. So y'all needed to just be shooken a little bit? That's what y'all needed? It needed to be shaken up? So y'all are there. Y'all just didn't want us to know that y'all are there. So we may not have the trillionaire investors, but what's 10 different billionaires?
Right?
Yeah.
Like I'd rather have 10 billionaires than just one trillionaire. At least I got 10 different people to go to get a check from that hits different, instead of asking one guy to write that check for me, So this is special. This is a special time. This is going to feed families. It's ridiculous what's happening right now.
Right?
Oh yeah.
I cannot wait.
But I think Lane, I think not only does he get it, like the culture and being active and being out there. Look, I ride in the crew of Endymion. He's, a co-grand marshal with Arthur Hardy, of course, another Crusader.
So now that I know that, you got to tell me how I can get in.
Oh, brother, I got you.
He's the man to get you in.
Like, I'm a float lieutenant.
What?
I'm a float lieutenant. You're in.
This,
you're in. We'll talk. This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Yes.
But
that has been,
dude. But I was at the Bacchus open house today. I ride.
He can get you in Bacchus too. He can get you in anything.
I ride.
So my bucket list is to ride an Endymion. That is legit. I have not rode in any Mardi Gras parade because I always set as a goal, I want to ride in Endymion. I know we are literally going off on a tangent, and this is why I call my show.
Tangent, right?
That's what we do all the time.
Right.
Exactly.
And this is what Zombie Bob talks about 30 minutes every episode this time of year is Mardi Gras. And we're talking about different ways to get him to live stream Endymion this year. So we our other brothers getting some cameras for them.
I was gonna say you can set up the camera.
Yeah.
So I actually ride Friday night. I ride in the crew of Morpheus. Saturday night I ride the crew of Endymion. Sunday night I ride Bacchus. I go back to back to back. Ain't too many people that do that.
Yeah, I was about to say you just built different, bro.
100%.
That's Moose. I completely agree. He is definitely
I don't hunt. I don't
knocking off the
fish.
trifecta like that.
Trifecta.
Morpheus,
now I used to walk
and Bacchus.
Before I got into Bacchus, I used to walk Pete Fountain on Mardi Gras morning with Kenny Spellman. You know Kenny, of course. Yeah. Kenny's Robbie Dautrieu's class of '84.
Yeah.
He walked. Their dad's a
huge. I love Coach Dautrieu.
Coach
Dautrieu was trying to get me to wrestle so.
He
wanted me to wrestle so bad.
Yeah. So Robbie's dad and Kenny's dad were both huge in Pete Fountain's walking club. And so I did that, and it's fun. Kenny, if you're listening, he's not, but if he's listening, like it's fun, AP, but it's not exactly the same. You know, like you catch Pete Fountain. Like you don't really go out for Pete Fountain. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I walked the Irish Channel St. Patrick's Day parade, and like people are like everywhere for that. That's a ton of fun. But we'll talk, man. You're in Endymion.
So Zombie and I, we both are business owners.
It's just
as
different.
Well.
It's just different, man.
Really? We both own businesses. We shared an office in Mandeville a few years back, and come Mardi Gras time of year, like I don't know where where are you housing all your shit right now, Zombie?
I have storage unit.
Yeah, he's got. But at that time, how many square feet was that office? We had a massive office.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a big suite. I don't know.
It was 1,500 square feet.
Sure.
We had 1,500 square. Yeah, we had this massive office, and the weeks leading up to Mardi Gras, it was just, I mean, how much shit did? Yeah, because he was organizing everything for all his different parades. Because you were in more parades then than you are now. You scaled back.
I actually scaled. Yeah, I used to ride. Well, AP. I know we're off on this tangent, right? We're supposed to be talking, but it is. When I think I got into the Mardi Gras game late, you know, it was 2017 before I ever rode in a Mardi Gras parade, before I rode as a substitute in Endymion. So now my ex-wife now, but you know, shout out to her. I would try to justify my existence, and I would say to her, like, guys my age have been riding for 20 years, you know, or longer. I know a friend of mine, I don't know what year Kyle graduated from Brother Martin, but like as his high school graduation present, his dad got him a membership in Endymion. And so he's been riding since he's 18, you know? So I started riding multiple parades each year just to build up my numbers. Right. And I have to check the math. Now think of, but I do St. Patrick's Day. I love St. Patrick's Day, the Irish Channel, all that kind of stuff. So I count walking clubs because, you know, Pete Fountain and Irish Channel, St. Patrick's Day parades, Mardi Gras parades. Since 2016, when I did my first Irish Channel, 2020, we had Mardi Gras, but we didn't have St. Patrick's Day. 2021, we had nothing. So even in that time, so 10 years, at the end of this season, my number's over 50. I've done 50 parades since 2016. So I used to ride Choctaw. I used to ride King Arthur. I would do Endymion, Morpheus. Yeah. So this year, for the Irish parades, we're doing Gretna, Metairie Road, Irish Channel, Metairie Road, Veterans Boulevard, and I used to do Chalmette, but this year Chalmette parade is April 11th, the week after Easter. So I'm like, I don't think I'm doing it that late. It's like, yeah, I'm good. So I'm only doing 7 this year, not 8.
I want to respond to Oops real quick because he just made an asinine comment and it's hilarious to me. LSU just trying to buy their way to a natty. Real impressive. You're damn right it's impressive because not too many. It ain't tricking if you got it, and if you got it, you spend it.
But
that's the name of the game now.
They're talking about Portal Pete. You know, they're talking about the class that. I mean, how much did Lane spend on his last class? Now he spent more the year before that.
Yeah. This roster wasn't. This is why Lane was heralded for the coaching job.
Right.
The coaching job he did.
Yeah.
And the coaches that came with him here
that got Ole Miss to the playoffs. That was Lane Kiffin.
That was 11-1, I believe. and got to the playoff. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So anyway, which float has the most cake in college girls? That's the one Kiffin will be on. I mean, it's the one that you're gonna come to. Oops.
Right.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Portal Pete's gonna be at the one with all the beer, right?
Yes,
exactly. But Kiffin, knowing what Endymion is, and knowing, to accept it if it was offered, and of course it was offered. Brian Kelly, it was never offered to Brian Kelly. But even you're wearing your Saints gear. Tyler Shuck is riding as a Grand Marshal in Pygmalion this coming Saturday night. You know, so it's like they just get it. Derek Carr wasn't even in New Orleans during the Super Bowl. The
day the season ended, Shuck went on his local media blitz. He didn't do a national media blitz. He went on a local media run. And I mean, you talk about impressive. The first thing he ate, he went to Drago's as soon as he got off the plane. Derek Carr went to fucking Chipotle.
Exactly.
Like, he never got it. Derek Carr was the Brian Kelly of the Saints.
Right.
Like,
just did not get it.
Just didn't get it. And like for us to have like this symmetry, like we felt good about LSU and the Saints before, like within the same time, but this actually feels like something different.
Right.
Like it actually feels something different. Like we have a quarterback that we drafted, right? And we are watching flourish. Like we feel today that we may have the best quarterback in the NFC South.
Sure.
And at LSU,
I do like Baker.
After 8 games.
After 8 games. I mean, I like Baker too, but do I like Baker with Todd Bowles or do I like Tyler Shuck with Kellen Moore?
Right.
True.
Right.
I like Tyler Shuck with Kellen Moore, and I like the fact that we have 7 draft picks going into next season and that we actually have cap space to play around with. I feel better about the team this year.
Right.
Now, I still have my
there's hope going forward.
Yes. And that's the same thing. Like we've had expectations for both programs. We've had expectations for LSU. We've had expectations for the Saints. Hoping was different.
That 2011
was different.
Yeah. Gabe brings up a good point. That 2011 year was a magical year because LSU was undefeated. And then that was the year we lost to the 49ers, right?
Yes. Yeah, that was
Jimmy
the year
Graham
couldn't stop a nosebleed.
Well, yeah, but Jimmy Graham scored too quickly on that long pass.
He did.
Like
I said 40. That too.
Yeah, same.
I said the
thing,
same thing too. I said the same thing too.
But I'm jumping around. We were at your house, Zombie.
Yeah.
And I'm jumping around. Yeah. Like we won the game, and Zombie goes, too much time left. And it was one of those. I looked at the scoreboard.
It was too much time.
Now, AP, I did mention my ex-wife, but at the time, there was a moment in time that she did actually love me. So we moved back to Mandeville. Like, I'm born and raised in New Orleans, and we moved around. She's originally from Long Island. She went to Tulane, graduated from Tulane. We went to San Diego. We went back to Long Island. We moved back to Mandeville in 2011. And this knucklehead next to me, to my left on the screen, 10 days after we moved into our house, he became homeless. Like his lady friend at the time decided to go in a different direction. So like we had just got booted. Just moved in, and my ex-wife said, "Well, of course Daniel can move in with us. He needs somewhere to stay." Boom, boom, boom. Well, he was working a job, but he was coaching offensive line at Mandeville High School. And y'all were undefeated in the regular season.
No, we actually 8-2. We lost the last game of the regular season.
But you went to the semifinals.
Yeah, we had a bad draw but we went on kind of the bracket opened up and we made an unexpected run to the semi segment.
But the point I'm trying to make, AP, is like Monday morning. So like we'd go to the Mandeville High game Friday night. Saturday we'd watch the 2011 LSU team, and then we would watch the Saints. And the Saints went on like an 8 or a 9 game win streak.
Yeah, they went on a run too.
Yeah, so like my feet would hit the floor in the bedroom on Monday morning, and I would be like, I own the football world.
Right. Who's got it better than me?
My high school
That's what he used to
team,
say.
yeah, my high school team, but yeah, my brother's high school team won Friday night. LSU won Saturday night. The Saints won yesterday. Like, life is freaking good. And then it crashed and burned.
Yeah, all three.
All three of those.
Although we were just happy to be in the semifinals.
No, sure.
We ran into West Monroe, and we were literally just happy to be there.
Right.
Yeah, and we kept it close. So we were like, oh, we kept it close. We're good.
That San Francisco
like every team
game
that comes up against Carr.
Exactly.
But that San Francisco game, the Saints win that game if they were able to stop Vernon Davis, the tight end, Alex Smith. They win that game.
They called a 15-yard penalty on Dante Hittner for knocking out Pierre Thomas at the goal line and causing a fumble that wasn't a fumble.
Yeah.
I will never forget that game because we would have played the home game against the Giants, who we spanked.
Earlier
that year. Like,
we talked about this in the Friday night get together. Talking about the highs being higher and the lows not being as low. But like the LSU, the Saints hosted the Detroit Lions in that 2011 season on a Sunday night game, and my brother Rocky and I went to that game. And I sat my fat ass down and I said, if Drew Brees doesn't hang 35 points tonight, I'm gonna be pissed. AP, they won 31-17. He passed for over 400 yards. We rushed for over 100. So 500 total yards of offense. We beat Detroit in the playoffs the week before the San Francisco game at home. We spanked them again, but we beat that Detroit game team 31-17. 2 touchdowns, which would be against a playoff team. And I was aggravated. I'm like, we only scored 31 points. Like, what the hell? Like, what's wrong with Drew? Like, whatever. Because that was the level.
The expectation.
The expectation, man, is just so insane. Whatever. But, that 2011 season, we should have had the national championship. We should have had a Super Bowl appearance, if nothing else.
Do you remember your reaction after LSU beat Tennessee on the road that year, too?
Oh, yeah. You and I watched it together at the house. It was 35-7. And I
38-7. I just looked up.
Yeah. 35. I thought 35, but 38-7. I honestly turned to Daniel. I'm like, I don't think the defense played that well today.
Yeah.
And he's like, and then he
I just start laughing.
I
go, we just won 38-7.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, maybe so. But that's,
the
but
expectation,
then look,
once again.
The expectation. And now we have Lane Kiffin in a $40 million roster.
And see, I don't think right now people understand like what the expectation is. They're just like, oh shit, I can't believe we did this. But
I think
I going into this, my whole thing was we got the coach, and I get it. Everybody's gonna praise Curt Cignetti for being the best coach right now. If Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss had the same schedule that Curt Cignetti had at Indiana, they would have went 16-0 and probably won a national championship.
Right.
I'm just saying. Like, I think, don't get me wrong, Indiana was a good team, but by no means do I think that they were an elite team.
Sure.
Like, if you stack them up against other teams that have won national championships within the last 10 years, I think they may be the worst national championship team.
Yeah.
However, we got the best coach in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the coach that can raise funds, recruit his ass off, and is the best offensive play designer and play caller in the nation. And it's the one thing that we have not had at LSU as a head coach since Saban left, was a guy who had an expertise on one side of the ball. That sets you apart. And that's an absolute difference maker, because anytime a coach leaves from off the staff, which they will,
sure,
the side of the ball is going to be taken care of. That's why every time Saban lost a DC, the defense never fell off.
Right.
Consistency. The thing we've been missing, because we win it all in 19 and then we suck in 2020. We're not as good, and we win it in 03. We're not as good in 04. We win it in 07, and we're terrible in 08. It's every time we're inconsistent. And now you nailed it. We finally have the coach that is going to provide the consistency.
Right. Absolutely right.
The thing with Lane at this moment in time, personally, he knows where he is. Like,
hey, he's better than Pete. He's better than Pete. He's better than Pete Golding.
But like, Lane knows where he is. Lane, he referenced it in his opening press conference. He's like, Saban was whatever he was, 55, 53 when he got to LSU. He's 50. This one was in his 50s when he went on a run. Like, he knows where he is in his moment of time in his career. He knows what his past reputations have been. And I think he just is fully embracing it. And I think it just, AP goes back to us, fanboys across the state and fangirls across the state. They like, us against them. Everybody, Lane Kiffin's the bad boy of college football. He's what's wrong with college football. He left Ole Miss. He's buying a roster. Bring it. Like, I think he's got an attitude about what he wants to prove to the rest of the college football world. And I think that we're just feeding off of that. Like, it's just different. It's just different. Bring it. What is it? What are y'all laughing at?
I was laughing at at Paul's comment on Pete Golding.
He's going to end up at Hammond High.
End up at Hammond High, St. Thomas Aquinas if he's lucky. Gabe said that he's high on Notre Dame making the national championship next year because of weak scheduling, and I get that. I can understand why you have that expectation, but weak scheduling doesn't mean a damn thing once the playoffs start.
Well, that was exactly what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
You still got to win two or three playoff games.
You still got to get 2 or 3 playoff games, and Notre Dame is famous for losing 2 games that they shouldn't. So.
Right. But Daniel,
I think that's why Ohio State lost this year in the playoffs, because they weren't really battle tested.
Yes, right.
And
exactly.
Miami defense was really good.
Right.
And they weren't, and they're going to be better.
Indiana exposed something. Well, actually, I'm going to put it to you like Texas really exposed it.
Yeah,
no other team couldn't capitalize on it though with enough offense to overcome it. Like Ohio State's offense was not explosive at all. It's just not. You can slow it down. Julian Sayin is not mobile. If you hit him and put pressure in his face, he can't get the ball to the playmakers like he wants to, because he needs time to develop those long, deep throws. And their running game wasn't as elite as it's been in the past, so they didn't have that to lean on. And when you have a guy like Will Howard last year, who, when the running backs aren't moving the ball, can actually run the ball on its own, right. It literally masks a deficiency within the offense. It's why for the longest time we thought that we had a good running offense when we had Jaden Daniels, when in all honesty, and I've been saying it since Jaden was a quarterback, our running game was trash. We just had a difference maker holding the ball every time the ball was snapped. So Ohio State was exposed by Texas. Indiana capitalized on it. Miami also did the same thing. I think Notre Dame going into next season should be on everyone's top list to make a run because of the schedule that they have. But I also know that based off what Notre Dame has done before and the fact that they're losing a Malachi Fields, that they're losing a Jeremiah Love, that they're going to lose 2 games that they shouldn't lose. Plain and simple.
Right. Daniel and I talked about our expectation for Lane and LSU this year, and I'm like, semifinals. And Daniel's like, well, they're going to probably have to go on the road. And I'm like,
man,
so we're going to Texas Tech? We're going to Notre Dame?
I talked about this on my stream the other night, or on the other day. I expect us to go 10-2, be a threat to make the SEC championship game, because I think the SEC is a little watered down. If you look at our returning players, if you look at our schedule, if you look at the logos, looks absolutely daunting. But in all honesty, it's really not.
That's what I keep saying.
You're playing a bunch of schools that are breaking in new starting quarterbacks. Line me up with that, with the defense that we have, please. Line me up right now with that. So the schedule, and then it's not the logos that we're used to being the teams of challenge. Like when you look at our schedule, the games of intrigue or must win or big games are Clemson, Ole Miss, and Texas. Alabama's not on that list.
No. Alabama's your 5th or 6th toughest game.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was about to say. They're scraping to get into the top 5 of that. And then when you look at what Alabama is right now, do you really see them as a threat?
No.
No,
we could have beat Alabama this year. And that was a much better team than what they're going to be rolling out next year. Considering everything that they've lost, how they were not able to replace it, and the stress that Kalen DeBoer is going to be under.
Right.
Because that seat's starting to get a little lit for him.
He could possibly not be the coach in that game.
Exactly.
Because now he's going into year 3. He lost 3 games. No, 4 games year
4
one.
games.
4.
Yeah, they lost 4 games, missed the playoffs. They lost 4 games again this year.
Yeah, so he's lost 8 games.
Playoff loss.
Right.
Yeah. So when you look at the schedule, why should we not think that we go on a playoff run? And then you tell me, so think about this for a moment. The championship game is in Vegas, right? Let's say, for instance, the baseball team goes off, makes it back to Omaha, and wins the 9th championship game.
Mm-hmm.
We have all offseason for football with Lane Kiffin as our coach, with the portal class that we just brought in, the development of these players going into it. You have more than one, outside of Ole Miss, probably the best returning quarterback as a starter. You definitely have the most experienced returning quarterback. Does he have a new coach? Yes. Is he at a new school? Yes. But nobody has more starts.
He's in a better situation.
And he's in exactly. He's in a better situation. And I sounded crazy when I said this, but honestly, and this is gonna piss Oops off. I don't care. If I had to choose between which quarterback I wanted to see under Lane Kiffin, I would want to see Sam Levitt more than I saw Trinidad Chambers. And I'm gonna tell you why. Trinidad, we got to see develop week out and week in, right? He got better as the season went on. And do I think that he's going to take another step forward? Yes. But is it going to be a big step? No, because Lane Kiffin and Charlie Weiss Jr. are not there. Also, what helped him out a lot was you had the SEC leading rusher at running back. Teams are going to gear in to do exactly what Miami did, and that's stop the run. Miami teed off on Keywan Lacey. And while he was able to pop off that 75-yard touchdown run, he didn't do anything after that.
No.
Yeah.
So if you take away the run game and put the pressure on Trinidad Chambers to make plays, can he truly do it? Can he rise to the occasion? Well, I don't have to ask that question about Sam Levitt.
Right.
Because he did it. And everybody's going to throw up the Mississippi State game. Well, this is what he did against Mississippi State. Cool. I also saw what he did to Texas Tech. Texas Tech had arguably the best defense in the country. And they went 11-1. And that one loss came to your now starting quarterback at LSU. And if you look at what Sam Levitt had to play with and who was his coach, would you pick Kenny Dillingham or Lane Kiffin?
It's not even close.
Thank you. So I get that quarterback.
And I like Kenny Dillingham.
I love Kenny Dillingham. I absolutely love Kenny Dillingham. So I get that quarterback with this head coach. Do I not think that this offense should be better than what he had with that quarterback in Oxford?
Yeah.
So if the national championship game is in Vegas, you have a baseball team that could potentially win a 9th championship, make an Omaha run. You get your football program out the blocks going 10-2. You get a home playoff game in Baton Rouge.
Right.
In a potential Sugar Bowl appearance to go to the national championship in Vegas. Baton Rouge and LSU and Tiger Nation would drink Vegas under the table.
They did 2 years ago.
The strip would not be big enough. No, the college football world wants to see that type of economy.
The murder rate in BR and NOLA would drop.
Oh, it's once
saw that.
Once football season kicks off, watch how well crime does.
Well, that was the case with Clint Kubiak last year in the first 2 weeks of the season when they were in the Saints with Derek Carr, not 2 years ago.
There was 2 years ago, Bob. I still remember the Super Bowl run. I will never forget it. When the Saints went 13-0. There wasn't a murder for 8 weeks. Wow. There were no violent crimes taking place in the city of New Orleans for 90 days.
Right.
And that's just different. Where else in the country does that happen? There's nowhere else that is so like the vibe
Monday
in Baton
morning.
Rouge when LSU's playing. I'll never forget. This was like 3 years ago. I don't remember when it was. A few years back, we were playing Auburn at home. I had a buddy come in from South Carolina. He's like, we got to go to Superior Grill. And so we go to Superior Grill. It's packed. All these LSU past celebrities are there, past players. Everybody's just walking by us. And it was my friend looked at me. He goes, we ain't fucking losing tomorrow. Because you could just feel it in the air. It was one of those games where you just knew it was one of those weekends. The vibes were just there. You could feel the pulse of the city. And I don't remember what the score was. We beat the shit out of Auburn that week. It was a night game the next day. Right. But New Orleans is the same way when the Saints are good. The two cities are so intertwined with the football
tied
teams.
Into the football program.
Right.
And it's not just, like an event. It is the fabric and the pulse of the cultures of these communities.
Mm-hmm.
Like it affects, like you said, Bob, it affects your Monday morning.
Right.
On Saturday, you look for LSU. And if LSU loses, it's like, all right, at least you got the Saints on Sunday.
Right.
Saints can go for it. Right, and don't give us a weekend where they both dominate. Right. Jesus Christ, Monday morning, the coffee tastes better.
Right.
The humidity hits a little bit different. It's
the
not
pothole's
as hot
not
outside.
as deep, right?
Right. Like the pothole is not as hard. the tire is not as flat. The gas is a little bit cheaper. Like nobody's blowing horns on the interstate. Like if you hit somebody, it's like, oh, bro, it's all right. Look, how about the Saints though?
Yeah, 100%,
baby. You know what I'm saying? Go Tigers. LSU rolled. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
How about that? And oops, you haven't had that much in your life. The only reason why you had it was because you had the coach. And guess what? You won't have it anymore. Go back to sucking. Because all you have is Oxford and the 28,000 people that reside there. That's it. I hope you even went to Ole Miss.
No way.
Another side note, though. This is what I don't understand either. I'm going to go off on a tangent here. How is it that these Ole Miss fans are allowing a guy who graduated from Mississippi State to give them insight and information on Twitter?
Ross Dellinger.
The Rebel Viewpoint account.
Oh, that one.
Not even Ross Dellinger. The Rebel Viewpoint account. Like, these fake burners are like literally trolling them to their faces. And they're just taking it. That's like going to prom with your mom's sister and calling it a date. Like, at the end of the day, brother, that's still your aunt. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, what? But that's what y'all like in Oxford. Oops. That's what y'all like. Y'all like a Mississippi State fan controlling one of the biggest accounts that y'all support. Like, I thought y'all hated State. Like you said, Paul, that's the usual in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers to that, my guy.
But we've said to Oops before, AP, like the worst football coach in Ole Miss history won a national championship at LSU.
Yeah, what hurts more? That their worst coach won a national championship or that their best coach is about to win a national championship?
Right. Well, we never even put those two together, right?
We took your sloppy seconds and made him a crown jewel.
Right.
Not only did he win a national championship, he won it with the greatest team ever.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
And then y'all took our sloppy seconds and y'all are getting trolled for tampering.
Yes.
Well, everybody else was doing it, so we should do it. Right.
There was one oops comment I wanted to address. What's the chances Alabama coach gets fired and Lane Kiffin takes the job at Alabama?
I'm glad you brought that up. Zero.
Because LSU's a better job than Alabama.
Right. And I'm glad you brought that up. One, he doesn't want to follow in Saban's shadow. It's what Kalen DeBoer is dealing with right now. Nobody wants that pressure. Like, following Saban at LSU is different than following Bama Saban. Like, the man won 6 titles in 15 years. Like, who wants to live up to that standard? It's why they fell off the planet after Bear Bryant. Like, it's hard to live up to those expectations. And they hit lightning in a bottle again with Saban, was able to get back and double up that amount of domination. But Lane Kiffin's not going to Bama because, one, he's at a better position. 2, if he wins this season, he's got a, and I'm not even talking about a championship. If he just wins this season and gets LSU to a playoff, he's got a golden ticket to leave whenever he wants to. Like, they're going to solidify him. So they might even build a statue up for Lane before they build one for Joe Burrow. Like, that's just how much he's intertwined with the pulse and the culture of the community right now. So when you look at what Bama has going on and the fact that it's following Saban, why did you think Saban told him to go to LSU? Remember, Nick Saban picked Kalen DeBoer to be his replacement. If there was any inclination that Alabama was going to come open at any time soon, it's easy to say stay in Oxford, wait a year. It would have been the easiest thing for him to do. You're coming off an 11-win season. You're coming off a season where you're making the playoffs. Just stay there and just wait, because it's like, if he doesn't win a national championship this year, I promise you he's going to be gone next year. So he could have done it already.
But he chose LSU.
Because Saban told him the LSU job's better.
I don't think you want to accept it, but guess what? LSU job is viewed to be better than the Bama job. So what do you think that means? How does it stack up in comparison to Ole Miss?
Their only national championship was won by a coach that played at LSU. And and then I was even thinking it before Paul followed up with it. Paul said, and his son didn't even play for LSU. Bianco's son didn't play for Ole Miss. He played for LSU.
It just sucks to suck, guys. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Like, let's just sum it up with that. Like, it just sucks to suck. And I get it. Like, the Mississippi people are trying to understand, like, why we're so wrapped up in the lane, and they want us. They're down. Look. When you see your ex get a glow up, start doing, better than what they were,
it hurts.
It hurts. That shit hurts, and it's okay. Like, it's okay. It's okay to admit that it hurts. But what you don't want to do is keep looking desperate for the attention. You try to highlight all the negatives that your ex had. Sure, she may have cheated on you. Great. Guess what? We don't care. That was your relationship. Oh, she stole money.
Daniel, anything you want to admit?
When I got kicked out of the house.
She did a glow up?
No, not really. Not that one.
I don't know.
Is she married now?
Well, now, I mean, I'm happily married for 10 years at this point. Got 2 kids, so I'm content.
Oh, yeah, it's all like you got the glow up.
Yeah.
You got the glow up.
Is she married?
Daniel got the glow up.
Yeah, that one's married.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
So yeah, like it hurts. Like, you don't want to see that happen. And look, they're going through the 5 stages of depression. All right, they're going through the 5 stages of grief. Like, I get it, and it's not going to be over until LSU comes to Oxford on September 19th, puts up 40 and kicks their teeth, and then they're going to realize, oh shit.
All right. So here's the question: If you had tickets for that game, would you go to that game?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I said the same.
I'm not going there. Like, for what? Like,
those people are too delusional, like too crazy right now.
Yes,
they're still in the denial stage.
First of all, I'm not even driving through Mississippi during the month of September. You're not gonna catch me crossing into Gulf Shores for shit. I will fly everywhere I got to go around the state of Mississippi. Because if they see a Louisiana license plate, it's going to be some shit.
Right. No, I agree.
Unless you're going in Stark Vegas.
They are not prepared to lose that game too. And so it's not just like the festivities leading up to the game. It's when we win that game, it's going to turn south very quickly.
Real fast.
Right.
Real fast. Yeah. I mean, when we get a lead late in the fourth quarter and the game's like out of reach, it's going to turn real ugly. And that's like, because they're suffering from delusions of grandeur, right? Like they have seen and experienced the peak for them. Like they've never seen an 11-win season. They literally just had the highest or most expected game in their state's history.
Right.
Like we won national championships. We host the Sugar Bowl every year. Right. The city of New Orleans has hosted the most Super Bowls than any other city in the country. So we're used to big time events. They legitimately held a playoff game, and it was the biggest football game that they've had in the state's history. So there's
and it was against Tulane.
Of all,
and all 68,000 people, crammed the stadium.
Well, right. I mean, whatever. Yeah. We're not even talking about that. But like that, they're suffering from these delusions of grandeur. That's why they feel like they've made it, like they've arrived. But what they fail to understand is what cements you as having arrived is a ring. Mm-hmm. Nothing else matters if you don't have a championship to show for something. Like,
they have all those banners, though.
Nothing else matters if you don't have a championship to show for it. Even in our what we call our down years where we weren't winning national championships, we still have SEC championships to hang for it. And we overlook those seasons because the standard raised. Sure. Like Pete said in a message a while back that he doesn't recruit to trophies because the guys that are coming into the program wouldn't be the ones who have won those trophies. Right. I made a video and it kind of popped off on my YouTube page, and I was like, well, of course you're not going to recruit to trophies when you don't have them.
Have any, right?
It ain't tricking if you got it. Like you can't say I'm not going to pay for you to get your nails done if you don't have the money to do it. Mm-hmm. Like you can't take someone out for a nice dinner at Fogo de Chao if you can't afford the 2 for $25 at Applebee's. You can't do those things.
Right.
So it's easy for you to say, no, I don't recruit to this because you don't have it in the halls to recruit to. I can't tell someone, oh, look, you could come here and win a Heisman, and it's never been done before. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny because a week after he made those comments, Lane Kiffin walked into the football ops building, and the first picture he posted was the trophy room.
Right.
That didn't, and newsflash, it didn't have all the trophies in there. That's just one trophy room. Mm-hmm. It had the big one. It had the college football national championship trophy surrounded by 3 Heismans.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what I told I told somebody, I don't remember who, but if roles were reversed and everything that happened at Ole Miss this year happened at LSU and Chambliss was at LSU, he would have been a Heisman finalist.
He'd win a national. Yeah, he'd have went to New York.
Yeah, but because that just goes to show you like we said at the beginning, being a blue blood in college football matters, and you're not one of those teams, so it's harder for your guys, even when they are deserving, to get that recognition. You can't win a Heisman Trophy. You had 2 Mannings; they couldn't win them.
Right,
right. We live in a society where certain levels of status, unfortunately, matter. Right, it's a capitalist society. An American Express black card holds a little bit more weight than a Visa debit card. Comes a little bit more perks.
Just a little bit.
Like it spins the same, right? It spins the exact. You swipe it, money transaction, it moves on. But when you put that American Express down in that metal card, if you've never had one before,
right,
that metal card clanks the table. That they look at you different.
Sure.
Zombie, you still got that card?
I pull mine out for work. When I pull it out for work and I throw it on the counter, I throw it on the counter on purpose just so I can hear it clink.
Yeah, no. I didn't have a black one. I had a platinum one. I still have an American Express.
I had a gold one. I got a gold one.
And then
I had a black one before, but the membership fees were just a little bit too high.
Yeah. But then, you're exactly right, AP. You plop it down on the table and everybody kind of looks, then.
Right.
I remember the first time Zombie showed it off to me. And I'm like, damn, this thing is different.
Right.
So if you have, it spins the same. So if you put everything that Trinidad did with his story wrapped in LSU lettering, packaged with LSU branding, regardless of whether he played those first 2 games or not, he's going to New York. Mm-hmm. May not win it, but he's
invited, right?
Because of the brand.
I want to knock down Oops's take on this one, and I'm going to steal something our third member of the Go Team, Chip, who's not here tonight, said. Indiana won the national championship, but BYU won it in, 84 as well. There are times where college football has a down season. LSU in 07, college football was a down year.
Right.
Look, a 2-loss LSU team won it.
LSU wasn't always a blue blood.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Like, how do you think you become a blue blood? It's consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we had a saying at Carr when we won the state championship last year. I mean, the moment we got out the bus, the boys in the locker room celebrating, wetting each other up and coming out. The very next day, the saying was, if you're nice, do it twice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. It's easy to catch lightning in a bottle and do it one time.
Sure.
Can you do it? Can you do it again?
Mm-hmm.
That's when you become a blue blood.
Consistency, right?
It's doing it year in, year out, every time, same level, same standard.
Same level, right?
And not even, and it's not to the point of you got to win back-to-back national championships. That's not it. It's, are you nationally relevant?
Mm-hmm.
Are you in the playoff? Are you making a run? Like, Notre Dame hasn't won a national championship since Lou Holtz, Lord rest his soul.
Right.
They're a blue blood because they've been consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, isn't Lou Holtz still alive?
I thought he died.
No, Skip Holtz put out a tweet this morning that he's still alive.
Oh, really?
He's not in good shape, but he's still alive. Because people were tweeting last night, R.I.P.
I know I did.
And then Skip Holtz tweeted this morning that he is still alive. But that it's not. But basically, it's not looking like it was something like at the moment he's
in hospice. Yeah.
Like it.
So
it ain't done yet.
Still fighting the fight.
That's basically what it was.
It ain't over yet. But
Daniel, you'll know this. Lou Holtz looks like my ex-wife's mother.
Yes, 100%.
AP, God bless her. She just turned 93 like a week and a half ago. Came to the United States from Ireland at the age of 17 by herself, no high school education or anything. Married, raised a family, boom, boom, boom. Widowed early, but just turned 93 on Long Island the other day.
Nice.
So, shout out.
Fabulous mother-in-law, right?
Yeah. Even better.
Ex-mother-in-law.
Well, but even better, she is still a fantastic grandmother to my children. So no complaints, no arguments.
Hey, Oops, why don't you do us all a favor? Go over our Twitter and follow us all. Go be useful. Go hit the button for all of us right now.
Yeah, I don't know if he actually follows us on Twitter. He's usually here every night with us.
Right. Since you're so consistent in following all of these podcasts talking about everything not involving Oxford, Mississippi, go at least be useful and follow us.
Right, like and subscribe. Brother. Well, not only us, Purple Mafia, Zach Nunez, All Things Go, Buddha Cheese, Go Taylor, of course, AP, and then David Billiot was with us Friday.
Yeah, David J. Billiot.
So,
and then you're always in Blake's chat. Go follow at Blake J. Rufino. Go follow at AYS Sports. Go follow Power Hour LSU.
Yeah.
Follow my boy Paul Zarang since you're in here right now and you're going back and forth with Paul. Like, go be useful. Like it's all sports at the end of the day, man. Right? It's no personal hatred. I mean, you're on a burner account anyway. All right, like just go follow us.
No, I think his burner account is what?
It's K Push. Yeah, K Push.
K Push.
It's like some weird because letters and numbers and
yeah. He starts and it's a picture of Shedeur Sanders in a Tennessee Titans jersey.
Is K Push
yeah
avatar?
Yes, so,
because he starts off as oops in the chat, but then you sometimes like once a week when he's on. At the end of episodes, it goes to K Push, and and it's another Ole Miss fan, but they never.
And in the beginning,
they never in at the same time.
No, in the very beginning, they were.
It's like Clark Kent and Superman. You never see him in the room at the same time.
Yeah, K Push to start.
Right.
That's
G Moose knows. G Moose is our legal department.
Yeah, without Chip on tonight, we haven't had to go to the legal department.
Yeah, about to say thank you for keeping us making sure that we're doing everything legally. G Moose, I appreciate it. I'm glad I haven't crossed any lines.
Right? Oh no, please. Yeah. But like go back to the sense of community. So we got on All Things Go invited us. The Geaux Team, AP, like I said, Purple Mafia. Zach and everything. So we Friday night, and look, I said to my significant other, like, we got invited in. Daniel can't do a Friday night. He's got t-ball practice with his son, and I'm like, like an hour and a half. Like, don't worry, like, don't go to sleep without me. But like, I'm not going to be that long. And at 11:30 in the morning, well, at 11:30 at night, I'm the first one to tap out. I'm like, all right, guys, like, I'm old here. It's time for me to go to bed. You guys went to like 1:30 in the morning. And it's not that we're all competitors. It's not that at all. Like, we all just doing this for fun. And Daniel, I think I've told you this story when AP jumped in, because you were out at dinner with your wife and friends, and you came in to the chat not to the chat, but to the live stream. And I'm like, okay, AP, tell us a little bit about how you got started with the podcast. And he was like, I went and bought this microphone. I went and bought this camera, and like, here I am, so it's like, but there was such a sense of community. And then when I did get off, honestly, I didn't go to sleep until 1:30 because my head was just spinning from all of that. And I made some notes for Daniel and Chip. And the last thing that I wrote was community. And literally, like, it's the last thing. And it's like, we're thrilled that you're here tonight. I don't care that Lane, I mean, it's awesome for you, but it's not that I don't care that Lane Kiffin followed you and retweeted, but that's not why we had you on here. Like, we hit it off the other night. I saw you on the Twitter machine, as Coach O used to call it. Like, Buddha cheese is funny as heck, right? And just like, you see all these guys on there, and it's just the sense of community. It's just the lifting up of each other and the support for each other. So we're certainly appreciative that you came on with us tonight. We had perfect timing that Coach Kiffin just jumped in, and followed you and all that. But it's like, we're all in this together. And like you said the other night, Lane Kiffin's going to feed a lot of people. And it's not that, and it's not even that we're making money off of this or anything like that. It's just that sense of that quality of life, if you will. That Monday morning feeling, like, man, Shuck pulled it out and had a great game, handing off to Jeremiah Love for the game-winning touchdown, and Lane Kiffin hung 50 on Ole Miss at Ole Miss. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun.
I feel like this happening has opened up the doors to meeting people you never come across and generating true bonds. Generating true bonds. Like, we have a shared interest, and then now it's becoming a vested interest, not just in LSU, but like in each other personally. Like, Bob here is going to get me to ride an Endymion.
Oh yeah, baby.
Like, what?
100%.
Like
100%.
And then not only that, like, I would have never come across Bob and known, like, you and I are alumni.
Right.
Like, I didn't know that we shared that same thread.
Yeah.
I would have never known that. So it's like this thing that shouldn't be as important as it is.
Right.
Like, football coach at a collegiate school means the world to us enough that we open up cameras we turn on microphones, share our thoughts and opinions for the world to judge us, and we don't give a damn.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then we even notice, like, hey, this guy feels like I feel. I want to talk to him about that.
Right.
And see why he feels that way.
Right.
Or you bring up a point that I never thought about, and it's like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. Let's collaborate on this idea and talk more about it. But it's one thing to have these conversations over the phone and through text message, like how old social media would have connected us, and we send in IMs. Now let's involve everybody around it. Let's have these, what I like to call these road trip conversations for the public to share,
right,
and put it out there. Like that's what's happening right now. And like you said, nobody's trying to knock anyone else. Like this isn't a competition to see who's the best,
right? Because
even if or when the day comes where financial benefits can take place, I know I'm the type of person where to if I learn something, hey, let me teach you and open up this door for you too. Let me bring you in on this as well.
Right.
Because if one of us makes it, we all make it. But that's also how the thread of Louisiana is.
Right.
Like, yeah, everybody likes to say, well, y'all are all dumb. You're damn right. We're all in it together. That's why we all suck.
Right.
Well, y'all are all poor. Yeah, you're damn right. We're all poor because we're all in it together. But guess what? We're all eating.
Right.
We all know
and
how
celebrating.
To cook.
Right.
We all know how to have a good time.
Absolutely.
We all know how to help each other through the stresses of each and every day, regardless of the differences that we have, because we find true bonds.
Right.
A pot of gumbo in the South, especially in South Louisiana, means more because it costs so much. You sacrifice to make that pot, but it's free to give away. And what you end up doing in that moment is build a bond over that bowl.
That's great.
So that's what we're doing right now. Like we have our pot of gumbo in LSU and in Lane Kiffin, and right now we're just breaking our bowls and breaking bread with each other and the community.
Well, how Zombie is about Mardi Gras and riding in parades, that's how I am about two different things: tailgating at LSU and crawfish cook-offs. Is my new thing. Last 4 years that I've been getting involved in, and now I'm in 3 different competitions. But it's about it's a group of people coming together. I got to make 50 shirts this year for my crawfish cook-off teams because there's so many people, and I'm only allowed 20 people in some of these competitions. But it ends up being this group of people that come together. Me and Zombie Bob planning on podcasting live from that as well, right, Zombie?
Okay. Absolutely.
And then podcasting
not the first
live.
one.
We have permission for the first one, though.
No, I understand, but I'm riding on Veterans Boulevard the next day.
Yeah.
Louisiana Irish Italian.
March 21st, Marrero. April 12th, Mandeville. May 2nd, Baton Rouge.
Okay.
I think my dates are correct. But then it also tailgating at LSU games. And what you said just resonated so much in like the same sense that, this is a podcast forum, but I have this giant tailgate family that we call each other. And it's almost like most games this past year where things aren't as bright, but when the big games, there's 150 people that show up, and it's all just a community, but we're all there for a reason. And it's LSU football.
Right.
And the better the football team's doing, the more people there are. The more food I have to cook, but then I'm giving it away.
Right.
I'm paying for it, but I'm giving it away. But that's part of the fun. That's part of the experience.
Right.
Yeah. And there's so much that goes into it. There's so much that goes into LSU football that is more than just
it's more than just, and that's why I said it in the caption that I put on the video that I shared earlier or yesterday now, is that like the last line is that this is beyond football. Louisiana State pride is on the rise. And it's because if you've gone to an LSU game, you know we don't care who the opponent is before we get inside that stadium. You walk up to a table, we're going to feed you.
Right.
We're going to give you a beer. We're going to laugh. We're going to pass a good time.
Right.
Then we're going to go into the stadium, talk shit, whip your ass, come out and feed you again.
Yeah.
And then laugh about the ass whipping that we just gave you. Because that's how we are.
Right. Except that we had friends come in for the Tennessee game in 22. So we met actually with AP.
And then they kicked our ass.
We're doing a road trip to Knoxville again this year. We made a great friend, Big Orange Mac. We met him when LSU played and beat Tennessee in 2017. Great guy. Go follow him on Twitter, Big Orange Mac. And so we're gonna go back in November, I think it is, to see him. But he came down for the Tennessee game in 2022, October of 2022. But I had a buddy of mine whose brother was coming to town with some friends for a bachelor party coming to New Orleans. And they reached out to me and they said, well, we want to get up to go to the LSU Tennessee game. Do you know a car service or a bus service or something? I'm like, I'll get you guys up there. And I called Daniel. I'm like, look, I got 9 guys that are Tennessee fans between Big Orange Mac and these other guys. Like, I'm charging them for the bus, the van that I rented, but like, just, they're coming tailgate with you. And like 9 guys from Tennessee were like, hey man, how you doing? And had a fantastic time. Now to me, LSU and Tennessee are like kissing cousins. You see them every third Christmas at grandma's house. It's not that big of a rivalry to me because you don't see them on the regular, whatever. But Daniel had friends that were like, what the hell are these Tennessee guys here for? And it's like, what's it matter, man? It's just community. They love Tennessee. We love LSU. It's not like we had Ole Miss fans. The worst is Alabama. Yeah, if we had Alabama fans tailgating with us or anything like that. But it's just like Daniel said, it's just that sense of community. They had a great time. They had an absolutely great time, and of course they won and, it went downhill from the opening kickoff in that game. But it just means more. It's just different. Like when we lived in New York, when I lived on Long Island, we'd have these big parties and we'd have these open houses for St. Patrick's Day or Halloween or whatever. And my next door neighbor's mother-in-law, he was an older Italian guy. His mother-in-law said to me one time, y'all know how to live life. And it's like, yeah. And you New Yorkers don't know how to live life, man. Like, I'm done up there. I said to my then wife, I'm like, you got 2 years to get me back to Louisiana because I'm done with New York. And it's just different down here. And that's the whole South is more the whole Southern hospitality, but certainly Louisiana.
I know what the perspective of people, what they have when they look at people from Louisiana. They think of us as unintelligent, slack-jawed hillbillies who all we do is talk about hunting, fishing, and playing football. It's why my profile picture is me in a suit or me in a tuxedo. Because I want to show we're very intelligent. We're just simple. We appreciate what life has to offer because we don't have much. And the things that we do have, we value them.
Right.
The thing that we have the most of, we have an overabundance of football. We do. Right. We have it in spades from high school to college and the pros.
Right.
And we win at high levels. You have 2 of the greatest high school coaches ever in Bryce Brown and JT Curtis from the same city.
Right. Right.
From the same city. You produce some of the greatest Hall of Famers to ever go into the NFL. You have national championships on high school, college, and now a Super Bowl, all centered right here in Louisiana.
Right.
So when you talk about the things that get attention, well, the number 1 sport in the world is football. It's American football.
Right.
And it's breaking over into overseas so much to where the Saints are going to play the Browns in Paris.
Right.
Like, so don't say that, football doesn't matter. No, football matters a lot.
Right.
On every level, from park ball to middle school, high school, college, and the pros. And if it's the thing that we do well, guess what? We're going to do it, damn it. And we're going to appreciate it and we're going to value it. We don't need to have billion-dollar tech companies coming out of Louisiana because will it be nice? Yeah, of course, obviously. But we have a bunch of blue-collar, hardworking people who are going to strap up Monday through Saturday, go to work, come home, spend time with their families, and then watch football, and then go outside and play baseball with their kid. They're going to take their daughters to dance class.
Right.
They're going to watch them run soccer in the backyard, ride bikes, go teach their kids to go hunting and fishing because that's what we have.
Right.
And now you mean to tell me we have a coach who is coming and appreciating that too? But the thing that people like to overlook too is that not only do we produce athletically, we produce in the arts. Some of your most famous
the Grammys here tonight.
Right. Some of your most famous musicians, actors, artists, all come from Louisiana. People revere the city of New Orleans in the French Quarter because of its artistry. That French and Spanish architecture has never been replicated before.
Right.
And that's here.
Right.
We are the birthplace of jazz.
Right.
That's here. I know Utah may have the goddamn name, which is stupid.
It is the stupidest name in sport.
Right.
Right. Like it is the dumbest name for a sports team ever. It is worse than the Pelicans. Even though they don't play worse than the Pelicans, but that's a story for another day. But that's what we have. And we appreciate it. We are simple people. Doesn't mean that we're dumb. Doesn't mean that we don't have money. It just means that we don't value the same capitalistic things that all the other major states and cities value.
Right.
We value making a home-cooked meal and sitting down at the table. Right. That's important to us.
Right. And the attitude of the more the merrier. Come on in. Yeah. So you're like, bring them. You're like, come on in. Bring them. Absolutely.
Bring them. We're going to feed you.
Absolutely.
We want to.
Right.
Because we don't want to see someone be hungry. They should have named the basketball team the Brass.
Didn't they own the rights to it too?
They had a hockey team that was the New Orleans Brass. AAA minor league.
Yeah, but didn't they buy that name?
That played at the Municipal Auditorium, I believe. The Brass did.
And he played at the arena when the arena first opened too.
Did they?
Yeah. It was my only hockey game I've ever been to in my life.
Well, one of our listeners, Lineup LeBlanc, is a season ticket holder, the Baton Rouge Zydeco, which there's no Zydeco music in Baton Rouge. But the Baton Rouge Zydeco, he's got front row tickets. And we're supposed to go with him. I need to message him because my son would love that.
Right.
Yeah. So like I'm loving where this is headed. And I'm not even talking about the results on the football field. I'm excited for how our population, how our culture, how our state is going to bond over this moment. I'm excited to see where it's gonna go from here, and that's gonna be absolutely amazing. And the thing that Lane reposted, and just to give y'all an update, he hasn't tweeted since he shared my post.
Okay.
So it's sitting at the top.
It's still sitting at the top.
Yeah, nice.
Still sitting at the top. And my comment underneath the video has ratioed the video. Like it's being viewed more than the video itself right now. But what the comment that he shared and he quoted was, the unity happening right now couldn't have come at a better time. And it's ironic that Lane Kiffin ended up being the one to spark it. LSU and Louisiana didn't realize how much we needed this. And we did.
Right. Absolutely.
We did. It's very apropos that this is taking place. And of all people, Lane Kiffin, like him. And I know he doesn't know me personally or would
yet
recognize me in a lineup, but I've been following Lane on social media since God knows when. And I'm just like really starting to involve myself in the social. I tried to stay away from it because it was just ridiculous. But I figured out how algorithms work, and now my algorithms on all my platforms produce the same thing that I want. So I've trained them. But Lane spoke volumes to me personally when Corey Adams passed, and he took his time to come to New Orleans to be at that funeral. And I will never forget, like, standing in the line right behind him. Didn't ask him for I'm not the type of person that's gonna try to make myself like important in this moment. Like, especially if it's someone who's used to people running up to them and interrupting them for pictures and all that wasn't the time or the place for that. But I did take a picture of him while he was facing the opposite way. And I told my son was standing right by my side, and I said, that regardless of what people may tell you, that's a real man right there. Because here's a coach who did not coach Corey one-on-one, probably wasn't heavily involved in his recruitment. Corey had a closer relationship with his position coach. And I know that for a fact. But yet he's still here.
Right.
He's still here for his players. So regardless of what people like Oops may say, your actions will always speak louder than your words. And that showed me that he, regardless of what he's been through, at this moment is a good man. And him being the coach at LSU right now for Louisiana is really bigger than just football. And it's what we need. We needed someone who had to go through some things and knows how to repair themselves.
Right.
To come and be the face of the crown jewel of this state. For as much as we, prop up the Saints are important, but they're important for the city of New Orleans and for the Gulf Coast. Right. The Saints stretch out far and wide. LSU is Louisiana and Louisiana alone. And for him to be the leader of this school right now is absolutely important for the outcome of this state. And it shouldn't be overlooked.
Right. No, absolutely.
I couldn't agree anymore. I'm looking forward to, what did we call it earlier? The Renaissance. There was that
the Renaissance. The Renaissance.
I was thinking restoration because that was another
British monarchy.
Wasn't it the restoration of the British monarchy or something at some point? I don't know. History major in there somewhere. Yeah. I used that a long time ago. I didn't use
I don't need that though. So it's like geometry. Who needs that?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I feel like we're about to see the second golden age of LSU football, and it just feels like it's gonna be everything that because in the back of every LSU's fan's mind is what would have happened if Nick Saban would have stayed.
Right.
And that's what I feel like
we're going to get the answer to.
Possibility.
Right.
Yeah. That's the answer to that.
Yeah. Totally.
Matt Moscona did a Locked On episode earlier today, and he kind of went through the what if, Garrett Nussmeier would have stayed healthy. And I mean, I've been racking my brain behind that, but he kind of walked through some of the biggest what ifs throughout LSU's, history. And Saban, of course, being the biggest. And you do wonder, like, what kind of a run would we have gone on? But I think that's why Lane wouldn't leave this job, because he wants to establish himself as a giant in this sport specifically. And the best school to do that is LSU.
Right.
Because let's say he would have gone to Alabama and won 4 titles. He's still in the shadow of Nick Saban. and he's still under the thumb of Bear Bryant.
Right.
He would be lost. He would be ranked as the third best coach ever coached at Alabama.
Right.
You win 2 titles in 4 years at LSU.
Right.
You're going down as one of the greatest coaches ever.
Right.
In the history of the sport. Because you're adding to the pedigree that LSU has already established, and then you've exalted yourself into a stratosphere that coaches rarely get to. I mean, Kirby won 2, and you can see now he's struggling to get back. But Kirby is still viewed as one of the greatest coaches ever. Especially in the history of Georgia. Right?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't somebody like Lane, who sat at the feet of Saban, come and take on that challenge? Like, Saban's coaching tree is far and wide.
Right.
Why are none of his former predecessors, his former proteges, biting at the heels to go take the Alabama job?
Right.
Solid
be the guy to follow the guy. Right.
And I'm pretty sure he's telling them that too. Make your own name.
Right.
And even Saban knows what the pressure is to follow someone else, but because he came under the shadow of Bear Bryant, and once he won a couple at Alabama, it's, can he break through that glass ceiling? Well, he shattered it and then rebuilt it again. So why would I tell a coaching staff that had Charlie Weiss Jr., Dan Lanning, Lane Kiffin, and a plethora of others who are all who was the coach at Michigan State? Mel
Tucker.
Mel Tucker.
Right.
Like, all those guys are on the same staff, on the same sideline. None of them are aiming for the Alabama job.
Right.
Like, let's be honest about that. There's a reason.
Because you don't ever want to follow a legend. And it's a tougher job than people think, too. It's definitely one of the top 10 jobs in college football, maybe top 5.
It's a top 5 job.
But
no, go ahead, Daniel.
But you're right there next to, you're recruiting in-state against Auburn. You're right there next to Georgia. Florida's right there. So regionally, it's tough. You don't have, like, LSU. We say it all the time, build the fence around Louisiana, but LSU also pulls Houston so easily, and Dallas too. And so you don't have those built-in benefits.
And Mississippi.
At Alabama.
Right. LSU locks down the state and then can pull the rest of the South in. It's the unfair advantage. And like you said, Alabama's bumping heads with giants. Like, you have to split the field with Auburn, but then you got to deal with LSU come and pluck Jamarcus Russell out of Mobile.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to worry about Jameis Winston skipping over from Mississippi to go to
Florida State.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to worry about that. You got to go up against now Georgia Tech and Georgia, Miami being rebuilt.
Right.
Like, it's tough sledding.
Yeah.
I always forget Georgia Tech's coach is another Saban disciple, right?
Yeah. Like Saban's coaching tree is absolutely insane. It's insane. Yeah. And none of those guys are clamoring to go to Alabama. The only one is Dabo, but he is not getting that job now.
No. I think the natives in Alabama would be very restless if they hired Dabo.
Oh, God.
I don't know how Dabo survives after this year.
I don't know how Dabo survived this year. Like,
he must have a big buyout.
$54 million.
That's crazy, right?
$54 million. I'm pretty sure it's not that bad. But once again, LSU ain't got money.
Right. We're poor.
We are poor. We are dirt broke. Like,
right.
Like, think about that for a second. We are paying 2 coaches a collective total of $145 million.
Remember when Orgeron got fired in $17 million?
Right?
It was such a massive number.
Was such a massive amount.
Even when you reference Nick Saban in his first year and he lost 3 games midway through, the $1 million man. Like,
that's what they
$1 million.
$1
million.
Right. LSU started that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've always had more money. Like we just, everybody likes to overlook us because they think they were just a bunch of slack-jawed hillbillies that only like to hunt, fish, and eat food.
Yeah. I think it was Mike Archer in the late 80s. I think he was like $88,000. I don't even think it was $100,000 when he was the head coach at LSU. I mean, it's mind-boggling.
It is mind-boggling.
You know? So, but go back to Alabama. You know, when I did live on Long Island, I had people that I worked with, people that I was friends with, their kids, when they got to high school, out of high school to ready to go to college, they wanted to go to a football school. And one friend of mine in particular, 2 of her kids went to Ohio State and her daughter went to Alabama. The percentage of out-of-state tuition, out-of-state students at Alabama, I don't know about now that DeBoer is there, but when Saban was there, it was like pushing 60% or over 60%. And you have all that extra money coming into the university, you know, through the tuition to rebuild the campus, to rebuild buildings, to attract more talent in the classroom and such. Nick Saban was worth every penny of that on and off of the field, you know? And so like my significant other's an accountant and a conservative accountant at that. And she just like, oh, this is ridiculous. There's too much money. There's too much money, you know, for a left tackle or this or that or the other. And like, it's where the money is. Like, and there's the benefits of that when, you know, when Lane Kiffin wins, hopefully, like you said, the 2 out of 4 years, the Natty, you know, when Will Wade comes back, when Kim Mulkey continues, when Jay Johnson wins the 9th and the 10th and more, yeah, like not just the renaissance of LSU football, but just the alignment of all of those.
To Tuscaloosa.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Look at how much better.
Right.
Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the university,
right?
For what has become a premier academic university in the country.
Right. You get all that extra tuition influx.
Right. The money that you have investment is legitimately being looked at as an investment.
Absolutely.
So if we profited nearly $70 million off of a 7-6 team, what do you think we're going to do if we go 10-2 and make it to the playoffs?
Right.
Every year.
Semifinals.
Right. Every year. Every year.
Well, me and Zombie, we had a niece that wanted to go to Alabama.
Yes.
Why? Because Zombie's brother was a closet Alabama fan.
That's your brother. AP. My dad's gone 20 years, right? But our brother, he was pulling for an Alabama Tulane playoff game. Our old man hated Alabama, hated Jesuit, hated Tulane, and our brother, our dad's third son, was pulling for an Alabama Tulane playoff game so he could go to that game. And we're just like,
piss your dad off, huh?
That just
it was literally trying to make him roll over.
Right.
He's creaming.
He must be the black sheep of the family.
I'll let Zombie be. I'm not.
So AP. But anyway, we're just about at the 2-hour mark. So I think this is a good place to wrap it up. AP, sincerely appreciate you taking the time to come on tonight with us. We love what you're doing. I forget who said it in the chat that you've become the Reverend Geaux. And
I like that one.
I see, bigger and better things. I mean, now that you and Lane Kiffin are buddy, and just remember this, your fellow alumni crusaders when you get up there and all, and remember the guy that gets you into Endymion.
Of course.
But y'all are gonna have to have conversations.
I might tweet tomorrow morning the Step Brothers gif. Did we just become best friends and act
Oh, we did. But look, we'll talk about it. But we're gonna strike right while the iron's hot. Right after Mardi Gras, we'll get together and get the paperwork in because that's everybody wants to go and ride Endymion, but everybody's like, oh well, let me wait until January. It's way too late in January to ride that year, whether it's February or March.
Yeah, no, I want to start.
Like, so I got you.
I'm Googling this information. Like every year I get to the point to where it's all right. Mardi Gras happens on like this year, February 17th, February 18th. I'm online. Like, all right, Bacchus, I'm sending emails.
Yeah.
And Demi, I'm sending emails. I'm just waiting for somebody to get back to me. Like, come on.
You want to ride both? I get you in both.
I don't want to do both. I ain't got the money for that. I'm not. Not only do I not have the finances for that, I don't have the energy for that. Man, like I don't know how you do this.
It is so much fun. So much.
I wish you could see what that office 4 years ago.
I'll flip you some pictures. I have pictures.
You have to have pictures from.
Yeah. I have pictures. So,
but he had different rooms set up for different parades, and you had. That was before you were using the crawfish sacks. Now you use the crawfish, or you don't use those anymore.
Now there's big white. I don't have one in here, but these big white. It's like that soft cloth thing. Like they're sturdy, but they're easy to rip up, and that's what we use now.
So, he would be like, "I got 12 bags of my glow up footballs or whatever you had." You would organize everything.
Two quick random things. So one. How does one get to go to the Endymion Ball? Is that still a possibility?
You see, and it's funny. My senior float lieutenant texted me today. He's like, I'm looking for 6, like anywhere in the dome. Actually, I'm gonna make a call tomorrow. They sell non-member tickets to the extravaganza, but like everybody, we had to submit the application December 1st. So then you submit the application, boom, 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 get paid. But now everybody's scrambling because again, nobody thinks about it in the off season.
Right.
It's always,
the weeks leading up.
Yeah, the extravaganza's in 3 weeks. Well, I want to go. Well, there's no tickets. Right. Everybody, we paid for these tickets in December 1st. I'll rattle the bushes and I'll call the office tomorrow, but we'll talk.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
And my final thing. I just want to say thank you to everybody who has gone to my profile, gone to my YouTube channel, and hit the button for me today. Like I said, I had a goal this morning to get 500 followers. I just checked my profile right now on Twitter. We are at the 500 mark.
Nice.
So thank you guys. 62 Absolutely. People decided to take the time out of their day to hit the follow button for me. So I definitely appreciate all of y'all. Thank you guys for having me on.
Anytime.
Thank you for coming on.
I hope you guys enjoyed it. And
of course.
Don't let this be my last time. Like,
no, absolutely not.
No.
And I'm definitely going to plan on having y'all on the show as well.
Right.
Bob, we already talked about Wednesday night.
Right.
We're going to talk some Saints, some Who Dat, recap the season a little bit.
Daniel, AP and I decided Friday night we're going to do well, Daniel and I used to do this AP. Do you have younger brothers?
No, I don't have any younger brothers.
Okay. My pain in the ass younger brother, right? I love the NFL draft. So we would have this competition, like, 1 through 32, which team is going to draft which player in the first round. And we had points assigned and all of this. I would spend gazillion hours, right, doing all the research and doing this. I never beat the son of a bitch. And he would be like, oh, yeah, here we go. Boom, 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 boom. And he would turn in his score sheet. And I'm like, son of a bitch. I know he's not doing the work that I'm doing, but like, I never beat him. Never, like what was the one that we talked about the other night? You nailed like the 27th, 28th pick.
Yeah, it was a late pick because the way the scoring system worked, and we totally just made up the scoring system. The later picks in the first round were obviously worth more points.
Right. They weren't as obvious.
Yeah. And so I nailed Zombies beating me. And then all of a sudden I nailed the 28th or 29th pick. And so then the points just skyrocket. And you're like untouchable at that point.
But Daniel, I told AP I want to do a live broadcast, maybe at a sports bar or something. We haven't talked about that. And do the NFL watch party, draft party, commentary thing. And then somebody from the chat Friday night, or somebody in the roundtable said that he wanted in. It was either Taylor. I think it was Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor definitely wanted in. So yeah, we definitely gonna do that.
Yeah, we definitely doing that, man. So Daniel's not allowed.
I gotta find the scoring system. I got it saved somewhere.
Well, if we do it, we'll just promote it, and we'll just have people submit their sheets.
But I know somebody that still does it. The current head coach at Mandeville High still does this every year, and it was the scoring system I created.
Okay.
So I know I can email him and he has it, or text him. He's got it.
All right, AP, you said to go like and follow. Obviously, Lane Kiffin knows where you are. So for everybody that's still with us on a Sunday night, tell them where they can follow you.
Go to my Twitter at AJP413. That's my Twitter page. Also at Timeouts and Tangents on YouTube. That's where the podcast is. We also live stream to my Twitter profile as well. And then I have the podcast page too. It's TNT_pod NOLA. TNT_pod NOLA for the podcast Twitter page. But right now, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm kind of focused just on mine because managing 2 accounts and still working and having a wife and kids is a lot. Just go to AJP413, hit the follow button over there. All of my content is going there first, as well as on YouTube at the same time. Once again, thank you guys so much. I
absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it, man. And we'll talk.
All right,
and do this a bunch.
I got to hit the outro, our favorite outro music. Little, there we go. I can't hear it though, but anyway,
we haven't busted